I seriously think that the Detroit Pistons are trying to lose at this point. They were up by 21 in a recent game against the Boston Celtics, yet somehow found a way to lose in overtime. That defeat now gives the Pistons 28 losses in a row as of this recording. The players are mad, the fans have lost all hope, and I guess Wingstop has some sort of role in this whole thing. But guys, the Pistons are the biggest story in professional sports right now for all the wrong reasons. So what in tarnation is going to happen next? Welcome everybody, my name is Troy and this is the Half Court Report. Be sure you click that thumbs up button and subscribe for some of the best NBA content that you're going to find on YouTube. Even Washington Wizards great Dwight Howard is inserting himself into the conversation. He and his buddies want to join the team. Hey, maybe Dwight has a point. Hire this guy for a Pistons front office position. Or maybe as player coach. It's worth a shot, right? But seriously, I read an article where the writer said it's like watching an NCAA tournament 16 seed play only number 1 seeds for an entire season. Edward R. Murrow winning commentary right there. Detroit is awful, absolutely awful. It's a sight to behold. A team that is not trying to tank, playing like it is tanking. Remember, Detroit came into this season with actual aspirations to make the play-in tournament. How wrong we were. There's the lack of defense, the dribbling into traffic, jacking up three-pointers by players with no proven ability to hit the three, and so many turnovers. The players wear these looks on their faces like they already know how the game is going to end. They appear out of sorts in warm-ups. Seriously, this is actual fan video of the team warming up during a recent game. Brick, 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 brick. So who shoulders most of the blame here? There are too many reasons to count, but mostly I blame mismanagement by the front office and coaching staff. Pistons general manager Troy Weaver has not made any moves that would be considered truly awful, but he hasn't made many positive ones either. Cade Cunningham was the easy number 1 pick in 2021. Beyond that, though, everything else has just been kind of meh. The Jalen Duren pick, he looks pretty solid. And Jaden Ivey, I think he has a chance to be a solid player too, but anything outside of the draft has really been pretty rough. And the draft hasn't been perfect either, as we know from Killian Hayes. But trading a highly protected first-round pick for Isaiah Stewart a few years back, though maybe not as bad at the time, has crippled the team's long-term flexibility for a guy who's probably better suited to be a 3rd or 4th big man on a team. Then last year, they traded Saddiq Bey for James Wiseman, which really didn't make a lot of sense because Saddiq is a rotation player while James Wiseman probably one of the biggest draft busts we've seen in several years. And they had the same amount of time still on their contract. And then using cap space this offseason to take in the Joe Harris contract, only to get 2 second-rounders that won't be very high, doesn't seem like good management either. The end result this season is a roster that just doesn't have many legit NBA rotation players. You can point out that there have been injuries to Bojan Bogdanovic and Monty Morris. Alex Burks has been injured too, but that's something that every team deals with, so you can't use that as your ultimate excuse. The Pistons just didn't build out enough depth to account for when those injuries are going to happen. As a result, they just have way too many young players with not a lot of experience on the roster. The team's lineup decisions and rotations have been pretty poor too, and that falls on coach Monty Williams. Cade Cunningham's a great player, but he thrives in the pick and roll, and he's elite at finding kickouts to open three-pointers. But when you've got Killian Hayes, Asar Thompson, Isaiah Stewart, and a non-shooter like Marvin Bagley or James Wiseman or Jalen Duren, where are those passes going to go? Hayes and Thompson don't get guarded beyond the three-point line. The center position is giving the team no shooting. And Stewart has gotten better in that area, but he's not a knockdown three-point shooter at this point. Opponents are happy to let him shoot and just hope it doesn't go in. He's also out for the next couple of weeks with an injury, so I guess get ready for more James Wiseman. Monty will also use all bench units when, again, the Pistons are a team that doesn't have the depth to do that. And that's when they get run off the floor. They can't score because they don't have consistent shot creators beyond Cade and Bogdanovic. And maybe you can throw Jaden Ivey in there too. Monty Williams has never been known as being much of a developmental coach. He's more of the type of coach you bring in when you want to get over the hump and take your team far into the playoffs, similar to when he took the Suns to the finals a few years ago. It seems like Pistons owner Tom Gores was just so focused on getting Monty to coach the team. That's why he just threw a boatload of money at him, and Monty, you can't blame him for that. He decided to take the job. And then you get the poor players. They're just going out there trying to compete, but they aren't being equipped in today's NBA with much of a chance to do that. You tune in hoping they'll come up with some intensity, but no, it doesn't happen. In recent games, they gave up 81 points and a half to Milwaukee. The next night in Atlanta, they were down 13 in the first quarter. Then against a bad Utah team, they committed 20 turnovers and lost by 8. So these aren't even close games. And during this streak, they're losing by an average of over 12 points per game. They haven't been involved in a one-possession finish since November 8th. This Detroit team is just so bad. I need the Pistons fans, basketball fans, let me know what you think in the comments. When are the Pistons gonna win another game? But hey, let's see what happens. Since you've watched this far, be sure to drop a like for the YouTube algorithm. Click that subscribe button too so you never miss another NBA video. Check out my pinned comment down below. I know the Pistons have lots of big men on their roster, but one big man who has recently joined the Eastern Conference is Kenny Lofton Jr. This guy is so fun to watch. Now on a 2-way contract for the Sixers, and I think is going to be a fan favorite very quickly. I did a whole video on this guy. He was last year's G League Rookie of the Year, and he is such an interesting player. About 6'7" and 300 pounds. You just do not see basketball players like Lofton. Check out the video, let me know what you think, and I will catch you next time on the Half Court Report. Have a great day.